I am going to let you in on a secret, which is that I am not a morning person, to the extent that I usually get up, film these shots, and then go back to bed. I limp back to the warmth of my duvet with a much needed coffee in hand and some doom scrolling dew, and I will proceed to wallow for at least another hour. It's almost so lazy it's chic. But today something came over me. It is my last day in Antigua, and being imminently homeward bound, I wanted to fit in everything that I usually find quite hard to do with a husband and baby in tow. This is obviously also my last full day at Galley Bay, so I started by going to the on-site coffee shop, which is right next to the diamond store, obviously. They serve snacks, homemade gelato, and obviously good coffee. And I made it just in time for morning yoga, which takes place on this beautiful little raised hut that you can also book to have private dinners. Dare I say, perfect for anniversaries, honeymoons, or proposals. But if none of those take your fancy, it is also great for a downward dog. You can hear the waves and this dappled light kind of shines through the roof. I'm usually a Pilates girl because I am not zen enough for yoga, but the ambiance was so calming, I actually really loved it. Then straight into a leisurely breakfast. Family life offers many perks, but a leisurely meal out is not one of them. So I soak it all in and save it to hold against my husband later. Mosquito bites still going very strong. And then we did something insanely cool. In the cove that Galley Bay looks onto is an abandoned shipwreck. It sunk over 100 years ago, and now there are fish and turtles all around it, and you can actually sail out there. We had a very girls trip moment when Kezia French plaited my hair for me, and then the sailing instructor very kindly told us that the on-site shop actually sells waterproof phone cases. So I ran to go and buy one so I could show you what I could see. But in the meantime, I will treat you to a very unelegant dismount. When my SPF on my face got wet, it acted as a kind of lubricant, and that combined with being a pea head meant my mask kept slipping into my mouth, and I got the hysterics so badly that I did nearly drown myself. But guys, look how immensely cool this is. The fish were so confident and really friendly, even though I obviously didn't go near and touch them. And you could see the entirety of this shipwreck. The hull was pointing upwards, and so you could dive under the water and see the almost ghostly silhouette of the whole boat. Honestly, that was probably my favourite part of the entire trip. As a group, we have got very into our virgin pina coladas since being here, so I grabbed one on my way back to my room where I FaceTimed my baby Moo. I had got slightly carried away with the length of my FaceTime, so I ended up being quite tight for time. So I quickly grabbed a quesadilla at the Barefoot Grill, which is one of the more relaxed lunchtime locations, and then we all hopped on a transfer to Nelson's Dockyard. It's a working Georgian-era dockyard and a World Heritage Site, and they have struck a really beautiful balance between maintaining the history of the area whilst also giving gravity to the more serious past. After going through the museum in depth, we headed to Shirley Heights, a spot where you get the most incredible sweeping views over all of Antigua. Beautiful, but oh my god, it was hot. I felt like a lizard on a rock, just like stood and exposed. Thankfully, we very quickly segued into my favourite meal that I've had this whole trip. It's called Catherinescafe, but this is not cafe food. It's very elevated, almost bistro style, very fresh food. A lot of people more up nearby to come here just for supper. And me, well, apparently I came for the glassware. I was so obsessed with it. I dare you to tell me that's not the perfect shape for a wine glass. Burrata with basil crisps, tuna tartare that was so creamy it almost felt like otoro, and the most insane baked clams. Amber and I ended up seeing who could eat more, because there weren't actually a lot of seafood eaters in the group. Mains comprised of local fish, truffle risotto, and the most perfectly cooked steak. I like my cow practically mooing. We headed home via a nightcap at Galley Bay's rum bar, and guys, very sadly that was my last full day in Antigua. Goodbye.